Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to finally be giving you the update on my March Makeup Playtime video. This is coming way later than I would have expected, but life has been kind of bananas recently and I had some other videos I really wanted to share with you. Also, with my being sick last month, it took me extra time to really test out these products because I lost a couple weeks in there. So I finally have some more solidified thoughts on the products I used in that video back in March. So if you'd like to learn whether or not I actually recommend any of those products, we're about to get into it. So first up is a product that was definitely kind of a dud for me. This is the new L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer. And in my Makeup Playtime video, you guys saw me struggle with this. I felt like it settled into my fine lines. It looked dry and kind of cakey, creasy in my under eyes, and I just was not a fan of it. And honestly, every other time I have worn this with other powders, with other foundations, I have not really liked the way that it looked. I don't really feel like it has a smoothing effect on the under eyes. It always kind of has a tendency to like move around and look creasy, and it makes me look older, and I just am not really about that. And you know, it's super disappointing because I was really hoping I had found an affordable dupe for Shape Tape. You know, every new concealer that launches, especially ones from the drugstore, I kind of am secretly rooting for them to perform really well, but this was just not my jam. And I was looking at displays again in the store because I do feel like this particular shade, which is number 360 Cashmere, is a little bit light for me. And at the time that I bought it, I didn't have all the shades available, but even looking at the full display now, it looks like the shade range jumps from this shade to the next shade, and the next shade is more medium toned, and there really wasn't anything in between. So honestly, I don't even think there would have been a perfect shade in this range for me had I even liked the formula. So all in all, I would say honestly, I would probably pass over this. I'm not a huge fan of it. I have both the new e.l.f. Camo Concealer and the Ulta Beauty, their house brand full coverage concealer on hand. I just picked them up and I'm testing them out, so I will be sharing my thoughts on those guys for you soon. I actually used the Ulta one on my face today. This makeup look should be going live for you guys on Thursday. It's a little spoiler alert, the Ulta Beauty concealer I like a lot more than this guy. Apparently, it was not a great month for complexion products because I also am not really loving this powder from Ciate London. This is their new Extraordinary Translucent Powder. This is something I got in my FabFitFun box, and this is a stark white powder, and to me the texture is very chalky, so it just ends up looking very dry on the skin. I know a lot of powders obviously are gonna be mattifying, that's what they do, but if they have a more silky texture, they can kind of give a more velvet matte look to the skin as opposed to like a chalky matte look to the skin, and that's what I felt like this did. Plus, with it being white, it's very stark, so you have to kind of be careful not to go too overboard with it, especially on the under eyes, so that way you don't look crazy or have flashback. And honestly, I just feel like for the price, it's not really worth it. You don't really get very much in this jar, even though this only retails for around $20, maybe like $22, $23. As I said in the Makeup Playtime video, this has less than half the amount of product in the Fenty Pro Filter powder if you get the full size. So even though that one is more expensive, you're getting more than twice the amount of product. And honestly, I am still loving on the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I would much rather use that over this, and that is $8. So if you're looking for a decent powder, I'm really liking the Maybelline one right now, and this did not impress me. It is by far the high-end powder I have liked the least that I think I've tried ever. So let's be a little more positive, shall we? Let's talk about something that was awesome. So this is the Flower Pots blush from Flower Beauty. I think this is absolutely stunning. It is a very glowy formula though, especially this particular shade. It has a strong gold shift to it. It doesn't have any sparkly chunks or glitter in it, so it's not going to look like you accidentally have glitter fall out all over your face, but it's gonna give you that kind of highlighty-esque shift when your cheek turns in the light, where your cheeks are gonna kind of glow a little bit with this on it. So it's very pretty. It's gonna give you that sort of radiance, and the tone I feel like of this is such a good dupe for NARS Orgasm. Like, honestly, I think I like this better than that one because the NARS version does have more of a glittery, shimmery finish to it, where this just has the sheen. But the pink tone is almost identical. The gold shift is almost identical. So if you like the look of that blush and or you've been curious to try it but you don't want to shell out the money for NARS, try the Flower. This one is like $10. You can get it at Ulta, and Flower does go on sale there, so I'm sure you could get it for even less than that. Then there were the two brow products that I tried, and I do actually like both of these, although I think I like the pencil better. So I had tried out the ColourPop Brow Boss pencil as well as the newer-ish e.l.f. Brow Wow. Now, these both are kind of like dupe products. This is a dupe for ABH Brow Wiz. This is a dupe for Benefit Gimme Brow. And I would say neither one of these are like identical to the high-end versions, but I think they are really nice, affordable alternatives. The ColourPop, I mean, packaging-wise is essentially identical to the Brow Wiz. The shape is the same. The color selection is not as good as the Brow Wiz. I don't really think any brow pencil quite comes close to Anastasia as far as shade range goes, but I was fortunate enough to find a color in the ColourPop range that worked really well for my eyebrows. I have the shade Ash Brown. This is obviously a little bit more cool toned, but it wasn't too light, it wasn't too dark, it looked really natural. If you go back and watch the original Makeup Playtime video, you can see it in action and see I like the way my brows looked that day, and I've found it's really easy to work with. It's not too hard, it's not too creamy, it leaves your eyebrows looking pretty natural. So all in all, I feel like for an affordable microfine brow pencil, this one's really nice. It's only $5. They do sell this at Ulta now as well as on the ColourPop website. So if you were planning to place a ColourPop order anyway and you needed a brow pencil, you could throw this in your cart. Or if you didn't want to order from ColourPop, it is nice that you can get this at Ulta as well. So honestly, I cannot foresee myself repurchasing a $20 eyebrow pencil again, like kind of ever, because there are so many good cheaper versions out there like this, and considering how quickly one can go through an eyebrow pencil of this size, I feel like it just makes so much more sense to go the drugstore way. Now, when it comes to this e.l.f. Wow Brow, I don't know that I like this as much as I've liked using the Benefit Gimme Brow in the past. I feel like there's a little bit less product that gets on this wand, so it deposits a little less into your brows. It doesn't give them quite the same level of fullness as the Gimme Brow. But I do like this product, and I do feel like it does something. If you especially want to have like just a more no makeup day and you want your eyebrows to look a little bit more groomed and not super all over the place, you can just kind of like go in with this real quick and it will make them look a little bit more filled in. It does have fibers in the formula, so it actually does make the eyebrows appear a little bit thicker. And it does also have like a little bit of a tint, although I would say this formula is quite a bit more dry than say like the Kaja Brow Blowout. I've also used that one recently. That one has a much wetter texture to it, not as wet as a gel, but kind of like somewhere in between a traditional brow gel and one of these moussey type things. That one deposits a lot more color into the brows. This one I feel like with the fibers deposits more texture, if that makes sense. So I feel like for me, as someone that has naturally kind of thinner eyebrows with a lot more bald spots, I do like to always still go in with a pencil first. A product like this just isn't going to do enough to fill in those areas. But as like a second step along with a pencil, if I can kind of like fill in the tail and just make it look even, this will add just a nice bit of fullness to the front of the brow. So I've been really enjoying both of these. I think they're very decent products, and I think you can't beat the price. So this is $4, this is $5. So if you want to be able to make your eyebrows look a little bit more polished, a little bit more put together, but you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, these guys might be worth looking into. Speaking of ColourPop, now I'm not going to really get into this too much because I talked about this quite a bit, I think either in my beauty report video or in my everyday makeup drawer video that I just did. But I did use my ColourPop singles in my Makeup Playtime video, and I talked about my palette quite a bit in another previous video, but ColourPop's pressed shadow singles are incredible. They are so good. They're $4 a piece, and when ColourPop does these build your own palette bundle deals, you can get a palette of this size with all the shadows for $44. It is like the best deal ever. So in that particular video, I used some of these green shades. I used Team Captain, I used Sideline, I think I used this matte cream shade. I think I used Now and Zen as well. And honestly, all the shadows that I used in that Makeup Playtime look, I really enjoyed. Team Captain was a little finicky. It's a little bit patchy, but if you build it up, you can kind of smooth things out. And in the end, I don't really feel like it looked bad. But I would say, like, if you want a really beautiful kind of duochromatic green shade, Sideline is absolutely gorgeous. This is such a pretty metallic. Also, this shade next to it here, which I didn't use in that video, this one's called Tea Garden. It's like a green with like a red gold flip. It's like a trichrome. Such a stunning shade. These three together right here, if you like green tones, So nice. So yeah, definitely love these. Highly recommend them. And actually, I'm working on a blog post in which I swatch my entire collection of ColourPop singles and kind of review them all in depth, talking about the specific shades. So that is something that's on my to-do list. As soon as that post is live, I will try to link in the description box of this video so you guys can check it out if you'd actually like to learn more about this. Now, the piece de resistance of the entire look that I did for Makeup Playtime last month was this guy. This is the Touch in Sol Metallist Sparkling Foiled Pigment in the shade Sun Aurora, and I am still just as equally obsessed with this as I was then. Obviously, this is not the kind of thing I'm going to wear every day. It's going to be the kind of thing I reach for when I'm looking to do a very specific type of look, but I think this is so unique and so stunning, and compared to other similar products that are more expensive, like the Tarte Chrome Paints or the Hourglass Scattered Lights, I would 100% recommend this product over those. This is still pricey. It's $18 for a single eyeshadow product, which is a lot of money. But I do feel like the sparkle in this, the duochrome nature is very special. It's very different. And unlike a loose pigment that is very messy, this, you know, you can tilt it, it's not going to spill everywhere. So you kind of get like all of the benefits of a loose pigment with none of the downsides. You get all of the brilliance and all the shine, but none of the mess. It has been taking a lot of willpower to not buy more of these. I may pick up the shade Hollow Mulberry during the Sephora spring sale because I can get another 15% off on it. Part of me is like, there's so many other things I want to try. Do I need another single eyeshadow? It's $18. But like, these are just so beautiful. I love the formula so much. So if you were looking at these, if you were looking to add something really unique and special to your eye makeup collection, I think these pigments from Touch in Sol are absolutely stunning, definitely underrated. I haven't really heard many or any people talk about them, and I think they are deserving of way more hype than all of the other similar kind of loosely pressed eye pigments that I've seen around lately. Okay, and then the final product from last month's Makeup Playtime that I wanted to update you guys on is the Kaja Heart Melter Lip Gloss Stick in the shade Honey Bunny. So I have kind of like a love-hate relationship with this lip product. I love the color so much. Don't mind my hand that is covered in makeup swatches. I'm realizing now I was just filming this makeup look before I filmed this video, so I didn't wipe them all off yet. But this color is so pretty. It's kind of like a deep rosy terracotta shade. It's very similar to like my shirt right now, but a little bit lighter, and I think it's super flattering, especially for me as someone with more yellow, warm undertones to my skin. I feel like cool blue toned nudes and pinks don't really look the best on me, but this type of shade is really flattering. I think it would also look really gorgeous on tan skin, on deep skin, as like a really pretty nude. So nice. What I don't like about this though is the applicator. I think it's very cute, but I don't think it's the most practical or easy to use. So this is what the product looks like up close, and as you can see, it has a heart-shaped applicator, which is super freaking cute, but it makes it very difficult to actually create a precise lip line. So like if I'm going in on my lips with this, the like top of the heart isn't making a straight line. So you kind of have to be careful about how you're holding this so that the edge, the long side of the heart, is kind of going along the natural line of your lips, because if you accidentally hold it the other way, you're getting this weird bumpy edge, and this is not like a very sheer product. Like if it had no pigment, it wouldn't matter if it was like a lip balm, but because it does have pigment in the formula, you don't want to be getting it all over the place. So like I think the shine is beautiful, I think the color is beautiful. It's not the most long wearing thing, but you wouldn't really expect that because it is a lip gloss stick, so it's got a lot of shine. It's going to transfer, it's going to kind of like absorb into your lips a little bit, so it doesn't stick around forever. But all that being said, I would have preferred this to just have a normal circular applicator like everything else, because I think it would have just been a lot easier for me to use, and then I feel like I would probably be more likely to reach for this all the time. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm sorry this came super late, but hopefully you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on these products and my updates now that I've had a chance to try them out more. Be on the lookout for my April Makeup Playtime video that should be coming your way very soon. I think this Thursday I'm going to be showing you how I created this look, which will not be Makeup Playtime, but will be kind of more of a makeup tutorial, first impression type deal as well. And then maybe sometime next week I'll actually do my formal April Makeup Playtime. So lots of new makeup here to test out, lots of good things to play with, but as always, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me so much. If you like this video, you like this series, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, you want to click the subscribe button, come back and hang out with me again, that would be great. And on that note, I'm gonna let you guys go, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.